Well, this is Cardo's Media, and yeah, don't blame the messenger. Yeah.
Yo, you don't know, this is Trilogy, straight out of Dominica, and you tuned in to Cardo's Media. Don't blame the messenger. Boom!
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How are you guys doing in the media world today? So, my name is Richie Ricardo, the number one, and we are joined here this afternoon with Dr. Trippy, psychologist. How are you doing, Doc?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Thank you. I'm chilling. I'm chilling.
You're chilling like a villain, eh?
Like a villain in the A. Yeah. Yeah. I'm chilling.
Hey,
All people chilling. I'm crocheting, soothing my nerves
crocheting.
after work.
Mm.
I'm busy.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you giving me the time of day, you know what I mean? To come on this platform here and have a little vibe with your boy, you know?
You're welcome, man. You're welcome. I know I promised to come to the studio.
Yeah, man. You
Yeah.
let me down. You let me down. You let me down. You let
But I'm still gonna come. I'm still gonna come.
Okay.
It's just that you know how it is in Atlanta. You know how it is. Like
Yeah, man, you're busy.
20 minutes away. 20 minutes away sounds like forever sometimes.
20 miles away so is a whole 45 minutes, you know? So
Everywhere. Everywhere is 45 minutes away.
everywhere, so yeah, I understand the struggle, man. I
Mhm,
understand the struggle.
mhm.
So yes, if you are tuning in, this is your boy Richie Ricardo with Dr. Trippy. So we decided to have a little conversation this afternoon, talk about how did your New Year's go? For one thing, how did your New Year's go? Happy New Year to everybody.
Yeah, thank you. Happy New Year to you too. My New Year was chill, easy, relaxing. I work out of town. I work out of Atlanta, so I came in right about midnight.
Okay.
I was able to spend my New Year's here
Mm.
in the city. So pretty cool. Rest, eat, sleep.
Well, New Year's Day was my birthday.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah. So
Mine is on the 7th. Mine is next.
that's Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay. Happy birthday in advance if we don't
Thank
talk.
you.
But
Thank
yeah,
you.
happy birthday.
What?
Yeah. So
Yeah, Capricorn vibes.
mine was on the first.
Yeah,
So I
man.
turned 43 on the first.
Okay.
Yeah. So the
Okay.
little girls and them kind of coming in, but
They're sneaking in.
yeah, man.
That's
So
yes, sir.
how did you find the year in Dominica that took place in Dominica? How you find that?
You mean like 2024?
Yeah, 2020, 2024. Yeah. How you find that?
For me, I think in one word, if I had to put it in one word, I would say stressful from my vantage point. Like from my perspective,
Hmm.
what because like the way people like me stay plugged in is MO News, Facebook, you
Yeah.
know, the newspapers, the radio, phone calls to family.
Hmm.
Um, I think a lot happened. Um, just felt like one stressor after the other, after
After
the
the
other,
other.
after the other. I guess let me say I'm remembering the stressful things more than the super exciting things. The biggest super exciting thing I am so amazed with still is Thea Lafont getting gold,
In the
Olympic
Olympics.
gold for us in Dominica, our first gold medal, our first medal, So I'm super still pumped about that. So that's one thing that was just super exciting. But if I had to put it, like overall, I would say stressful.
Okay. Okay. Stressful. I and
What
I
about
sure
you?
I'm sure that other people share that same sentiment, being stressed out in Dominica a lot.
What about you? I mean, what word would you use for it?
Well, in my scenario,
Mm-hmm.
I would say my year ended kind of a little stressful.
Mm.
my year synopsis because let me see how to say this. There's so much things that can be done. I still haven't received payment for my property for my land they took in Wesley. So that's
You mean
that's
like for the airport?
yeah for the airport scenario. So so there's it's stressful. It's stressful, but at the same time, it is what it is. You know.
Wow.
So it's just us trying to find the best out of what is going on. You
Mm-hmm.
know, because
Wow.
every day is gonna be stressful. So we just have to find the best in it
Mm-hmm.
at the same time.
So what you're saying is every day, every day has its challenges, and we still have to manage our mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
If
Yeah.
not, man, that can throw you off. Like if not, like the amount of stress, like for real,
Hmm.
like the amount of things coming at you, because I cannot begin to imagine how horrified I'd be feeling if basically my land is gone and I don't have my money yet, right?
Mm-mm.
So I've lost. I'm in a
I'm at a
state of
loss.
loss.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah,
of
I'm
course.
in a state of loss, and when that happens to anybody, if somebody's got your money, I mean, think about it. You know how folks get nuts for their money for like $5, right? You owe them $5. They're about to wear you out.
Yeah, man. Especially when you owe them 850, $850.
Give yourself, give yourself this millionaire.
when,
Okay.
when you owe them $850,
Police will come for you though if you do that. Like,
But yeah, man, it was it had its moments. It had its moments. It had good moments and it had bad moments.
mhm.
It had good moments and it had bad moments. So, Celsi, how you doing? That's the young lady who broke the story
What's the
about 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 Fabi J. She posted.
Oh my God.
You know,
Like for real up here. I don't know if it's not just up here, but definitely like folks will go to fighting if you don't give them their money.
the money, of course,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah. Because money is survival,
Yeah,
right?
man.
Money means how am I going to pay my electricity, my get my kids to whatever, keep my car going, my car note. I gotta pay my car note, my mortgage. I gotta get food. I got things to do with my money. So yeah, that's really anxiety provoking when your money and you know where your money is, but you can't get it.
Ex-
Oh, help us, Father.
So yes, Doc. So we had
Yes.
a big song that came out a couple days ago. Have you heard it? Have you listened to it?
I actually, I think on Emo News, back to Emo again. Emo is where I get my
Your
news.
information, your hot
So I
sauce.
saw Emo and I like Signal Band. So when I saw Emo have a little poster talking about calendar redeem, so for sure I went to YouTube and checked it out.
Read that
So yeah,
one here real quick.
especially when you're a single hardworking woman, let me tell you, because you don't have support. You see, back to the anxiety,
Hmm.
right? So when you're in a relationship, if you're married, whatever, you have a fiance, you have a partner, and you're going toe to toe, it feels like you have somebody at your back for real. It does feel like as if somebody's right there at your back. You can connect to the feeling in your body. But when you're single, in times when you're single, and I've been both, so I can relate to that. When you're
Okay.
single, it feels like back there is wide open. So like any breeze can throw you
Can show
down.
you down. Anything can show
Feel
you
like
down.
a breeze behind there.
Mm.
And money helps to block that breeze.
Block that breeze. Yeah.
For real. For real, for real. So when your money is low, your money is tight, your money is slow. Worse if you're in business for yourself, which I ran my own business for like 20 years. And some days it's feast, you got a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You have money for 6 months.
For six.
Sometimes it's famine. You dry, you scrunting for another 6 months. You know?
Mhm. Mm-hmm.
So you know ramen and your lentils and rice times. So that is really terrifying. That can be really terrifying when you're single.
Have you written any books, Doc?
Yeah, man, I've written, gosh. So you see this right there? This is called Powerball. This is a book of Dominican parables in Creole.
Oh, but I can't speak Creole. It's English
You
alone.
got the Creole, but I with the Creole I put English next to it with the explanation and the meanings. I have another book I just released called Online Gold Mine, which has 30 ways you can make money in the
Mm-hmm.
digital space. 30 ways and where to
Okay.
go, right? Where to go. I also include in the book affirmations so people can rewire their brain about money because I think most of us have anxiety about money. Look what Celsius is saying. Anxiety kicks in. And that
Mm-hmm.
anxiety, look, you got to know how to talk to that anxiety. Like you got to talk yourself down from the ledge. Like you're ready to jump. You ready? You
No.
think life is ending, life is over when you see your money not coming in. So you got to be able to talk to yourself to soothe your brain so you can chill, so you can chill, so you can chill out. I also wrote a book called Do It Now.
You hear that?
I see it. I didn't hear it, but I see it. Did she say she wants me to write a short story book? Oh my
Yeah.
god.
On surviving family.
Well, I could write a short story, or I could write a book on uh I'm
Well, she.
rewiring your brain to be less anxious about money. How about that?
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Hmm. Rewrite a book.
Yes. Yeah, I was also going to tell you, Richie, that I wrote my first book was called Do It Now, which was essentially for me to push myself to do the things I know I wanted to do. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I didn't want to keep procrastinating in life. I used it. These are the steps I used to create a business, right? When my
Okay.
kids were little, 5 and 3 is when I started. And, again, single at the time. So for real, your mind plays a lot of tricks on you
Mm-hmm.
in that scenario and you got to talk yourself out of it. So you have to go learn the strategies to fight whatever it is your mind is
I just
coming
tell it.
against you with. Yeah, yeah. So that's what that book is about. And all the books are on Amazon. You can just type my name, Trifinia Wallace or Dr. Triffy Wallace, and they'll come up.
Okay. So you're a big timer then.
Well,
Right.
Dominican. I'm a Dominican. So wherever we go, we just represent who we are. Wherever Dominicans go, we represent
Who
who
we
we
are.
are. That's
True.
that's what it is. You can't be who you're not, right? So what you
No.
don't have inside, you can give it out. So it's the Dominica, I think that's in me and in us that wherever we go, we represent.
Yeah, that forces us to want to do better.
For real.
It forces us to want to do better.
For real, for real.
So let me ask you, what do you think about all the recent accidents that have been taking place on the island? All them kind of stuff that is going on. Why do you think that's
Accidents,
caused?
I think I feel very anxious about that. Like
Mm.
very anxious about it because as if I find we could be doing better. So we
Mm-hmm.
have to take responsibility. All of us know. I think everybody knows we did not used to have accidents like that.
No.
Number one,
No.
right? I understand that we have more vehicles on the road.
Mm-hmm.
That said, I think that us, the drivers, we're disrespectful of the road.
Mm-hmm.
We're disrespectful towards each other. We're
Mm-hmm.
disrespectful towards each other because if I know I'm on the road with a piece of iron, a piece of metal that can take my life and take your life, I need to have some respect for you when I'm on the road.
True.
You see what I'm saying? So it's empathy too. I can't just be driving for myself.
No, no.
You
You have to
know how
drive
we
for
say that here in
everybody else.
Atlanta. Yeah, you know how
Yeah.
we say that in Atlanta, where we say they can't drive in the rain. Because a
Yeah.
lot of people, a lot of people, that you gotta drive for yourself and
And
them.
them. Mm-hmm.
You see, and
Mm-hmm.
them. But I also think as a community, like we got to kind of, again, it's more taking responsibility for our lives and ourselves. If regular people don't want to listen to each other on the road and they want to drink and drive and they want to drive at whatever speeds, then my community organizations have to do public service announcements, right? Put up bulletin boards to sensitize people. Hey, let's take care of each other. This is a community health problem right now for so
Mhm.
many of us. Every day we can't be having an accident.
Yeah,
That's
man. Every
ridiculous.
day.
Every day, that's ridiculous. Also, where's the problem? Is the problem that the people don't know how to drive anymore? So whatever schools that's giving out the licenses and the learning permits and the this and that,
Need to check them.
something's off.
So,
Something's off.
something.
I also
Something.
think that from a legal standpoint, the government, whoever is in up in office, right? The
Hmm.
traffic department has to start putting speed bumps at places where you know are risky areas. Just really look at what other people are doing to manage traffic. Let me
Yeah.
just say it like that, to
Put up
save lives.
stoplights,
Go do research. Yeah.
stop signs, speed bumps.
Lights. Exactly.
Yeah.
Speed limit, give tickets,
Yeah.
do
And
what other
enforce
people
these
are
things.
doing to save lives. Mandate seat belts, all
Hmm.
that. And we still have it to where kids can drive, without no car seat, nothing like that. Like why still? Clearly we have enough vehicles on the roads that we're gonna have these problems. Okay, we get that. People want their ride. But you got to come up now with a plan to
To
manage
curve
that.
that.
Or else
Yeah. To
we're
curve that
killing each
issue.
other every day.
Hmm.
Like young people, vibrant people, we can do better. Like, like if you see a problem, you just gotta fix the problem.
Gotta fix it.
Me,
Yeah.
that's the way my mind works. If there's a problem, I want to fix it, and I want to fix it now. So that's why I wrote the book. Do it now, girl. You fix it now.
Hmm.
Fix it now, or else you can create a lot of unnecessary problems down the
True.
road.
True.
Yeah.
Because I see it as unnecessary accidents,
I,
unnecessary incidents that taking place, and there's no curve. It just happening every day, and we not seeing no change coming in that side.
Nothing is being introduced as an intervention. It's like nobody's even talking about it.
Exactly.
The level where you have to effect the change. That is a huge problem to me. Like, why are we doing that?
Hmm.
Like, is it okay that people are just dying like that?
Or getting in the car wrecks. Like, come on, something wrong.
Something
Something
is
is.
wrong. And we know our roads are challenging, but they've always been challenging.
Hmm.
They've always been challenging. We have more vehicles on the road, yes, but something is happening. Something is happening on the front end of people and the way they're learning to drive. And stuff is happening while people are driving. There are not enough rules in place, like traffic guidance in place.
And enforcement.
And
Not even most of the traffic guidelines, because the traffic guidelines are there. Is the enforcement of the traffic guidelines. You know,
enforcement, proper
enforcement.
enforcement,
Good.
tickets. When people, I mean, there's vehicular homicide. That is a thing where people take time in prison for this. You know what I mean? Like, how
Mhm.
can people be killing people with vehicles and nothing
No
happens?
consequence at all.
That doesn't make any sense.
People run away.
That doesn't make much sense. That doesn't make much sense.
People just leave the
That don't make much
country.
sense. Yeah. And they,
You
yeah, that's
know? What's going on here? What's going on here, doctor? What's going on?
what's going on is we have to take more responsibility for ourselves and each other
Good.
again. And we just got to do it.
Yeah, man. I I I think responsibility and a lot more enforcement of rules and regulations needs to come to be a part of this whole conversation,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because people need to be accountable, and
Yeah.
and the police and the law enforcement need to be able to enforce
Right.
these infractions to a better
And
start.
accountability is a good thing. Accountability is a very good thing
Hmm.
because accountability is like the gates, right? It's like
Yeah.
it helps keep things moving. It works out better for most of us, for more of us than less of us, right? When we have
True.
accountability.
True.
Yeah. Yeah, you get to investigate the situation and see how you can make it better and measure how that's, when you do apply your intervention, measure how that's working. Are we doing better now? Are we not doing as well? As opposed to people just talking, 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 without any, like you're saying, not enough enforcement, not enough accountability. Maybe we need some training again too, because I don't know where we getting our license these days for us to just be doing that.
Why mean when we get no license, we getting them?
I mean, because it's like we're driving like as if we don't know how to drive.
But we just driving now, you know. We
Just
don't care.
driving.
We just driving.
So yeah, so that's what I think about that. We got to do that better. And I am not, again, if there's a problem, I'm gonna shoot for a solution. I am not one of those people that's gonna hope that it goes away.
No,
I'm
it's
gonna
not
say,
gonna
well,
just go away. You gotta sit down and think and figure out strategies to get it to go away. Happening overnight. But I believe an entire year, some kind of strategy should have been come up with already. You know what I mean? Something should have came up.
well, what do you think people should do if it doesn't come up?
Well, we have people we put in positions to help, and I believe also the village councils in each community. You can speak to your law enforcement officers in your community and call on those kind of people to help negate certain things, because traffic go through a village and come out.
Right.
So we can always monitor the traffic flow in our community.
That's good. What I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of, like, think in Georgia, certain counties, they're like, bro, don't speed over there.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
they're going to be looking for you, or your ticket is going to be very high in that area. So I agree with you on the level of village councils. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Where, look, or districts or whatever, maybe it's at the district level that we have to enforce these tickets, and not just, we're so small though. But anyway, at some level, it's got to be addressed. At some level, it's got to be addressed. That might be a good place to start.
Somebody commented and said, strategies or not, people doing whatever they want.
Maybe because of the enforcement, the lack of enforcement. Yeah. Because you
Lack
just
of
have to get the name
accountability.
of a couple people, and people will start paying more attention. Because we learn by watching each other.
True, true. Because I remember in Roosevelt time, you could just
Uh,
go and park on the bus stop. Now you can't just go and park on the bus stop anymore,
exactly.
because police are there ticketing you all day long. So
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know how much the tickets cost, but at the end of the day, people now starting to change their mind about just going and park there, because they
That's
know
what
they
you,
might come back home with a ticket.
for sure. For sure.
So risk counter actions then, like having a consequence to pay for the stuff that you do.
For sure.
Talking about consequences.
Uh-huh.
There's a case that took place in 2023, I think it was, where the white man get killed up in his place up in Cooley Ridge up there, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And now the accused or alleged perpetrators of the crime trying to get
Mm-hmm.
bail. My opinion, I ain't no
Yeah.
legal expert. I don't think this man should get bail, because he's automatically a flight risk, and he will leave Dominica as soon as he get the opportunity. And you can't come America and extradite him, because you don't have no extradition treaty with America. So that's just my opinion. I might be wrong, but what's your opinion, Doc?
My opinion, I guess I would think about what happens with other people who are alleged to have murdered other people.
Mhm.
And I haven't seen many people who are alleged to have murdered two people in that kind of gruesome way that it happened.
Mhm.
I maybe it was an accidental
Doing.
murder.
Yeah.
right? Like they can say, stand your ground. Maybe you for self-defense or something like that. Maybe I can see bail for that, but I think that would be terrible. That would be a terrible precedent because in law, so down the road, right? Whatever case, whatever the results that happen with this case, lawyers, the way
Okay.
law works, they use it a future case. They can use
Mhm.
that as a precedent to say, well, look, you let so and so off. Yeah.
Because of that, that, and that. Yeah.
Right. I'm going to use that, and I can use that now to justify getting away. And this person is a strong flight risk because they are not from Dominica.
Dominica.
They don't have they have property in Dominica, but
They
this
don't have no
is
ties.
no, no
They have no ties.
emotional connection to Dominica, right? Yeah. I just think, and when you think about the victims too, and the amount of good these people have done for so many years in Dominica, like to do them like that, I, 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 for me, that would be a magwisa.
What does that mean?
Because you're from West, you don't know. A
Hmm.
magwisa is, oh my God, like that's terrible. Like that's horrible. Like wow to the lowest degree. That's a magwisa.
Okay.
Yeah, like who would even think that? Like what is wrong with you to even consider that? Like that's very sick.
Yeah.
It would be my that's the magwisa. That's what that magwisa would mean.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's my that according to you, that's my Magwe Sato because it really and truly doesn't make too much of a logical sense. But then they're gonna say is law they following the law scenario or kind of foolishness, which that's why I say I am no legal expert, but it have a lot more. That's a very tough thing to let them man they go on bail.
What kind of law is that? If that is a law, something they're following, then you need to fix that law in Dominica because that law is a Maguesa kind of law. That's terrible.
They said that the police and them didn't provide proper evidence in the case.
They said that the police didn't provide proper evidence.
Yeah,
That's terrible.
yeah.
That's ridiculous.
It's alleged that they didn't
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
proper how the way in which they presented the evidence was not making.
Well, here's the thing. Another thing, I actually watched a documentary that the family of the victims released, and it's available on YouTube. I don't know if other people watched it. And I was just flabbergasted. Like, my stomach hurt me when one of the relatives said that, like, a prominent Dominican was presenting themselves to stand bail for this man. I was like, I can't even believe this,
Me neither.
like, like I couldn't believe this. Like, I couldn't believe this. Like, that's just, it's like if you wouldn't allow us, one of us, to get away with it, why
Why?
would you let somebody else to get away with it?
Hmm.
Yeah. And I don't think we would have allowed one of us to get away with it, even with the whatever evidence, because there have been other people who have served a lot of time on similar kinds of situations.
And less evidence.
Less evidence.
Somebody said they never have evidence.
Yeah. And if they never have evidence, that's terrible too. What does that say about your
Investigative skills.
investigative skills? What is that? What is that? Like, that's no Matlock, man. We grew up on Perry Mason and Matlock and even Murder She Wrote. You know what I mean? Like, we can do better. Yeah, we gotta do better, bro. Nah.
We don't have the money they do. So,
Yeah, but even if you don't have money, you should have conscience.
yes.
Yeah, and pride in yourself. Yeah, you can be broke but respectable. So just because you broke doesn't mean you have to be, like a You don't have to allow people to pass you like a tension. Okay, there's another Creole word if you're from West. Tension,
But
like
I know tosha is like a napkin, something you're throwing around.
a
Yeah.
dirty rag. The old dirty,
Yes.
dirty rag, the piece of the bath towel that the bath towel was so old, you're not going to use it anymore. So now you're using it to
You
scrub
throw
the
it
floor,
away.
and then you throw that away. Tension. I need money. Eh, Money doesn't determine our worth, so we got to do better. Yeah.
So I heard Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit said that they put in measures in place to curb down the gun violence that is taking place on the island.
Have they said what particular measures?
Yeah, they're gonna be Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit announced intensifying efforts to combat gun violence in the country, emphasizing the government commitment to eliminating this threat.
Yes. What's your question?
No, I was just giving you the statement, you know,
The statement, I would say, what year is this? This is 2024,
2025, man.
2025. So I remember I actually did a live, like it must have been 2022, 2023, because I was in Japan and there had been a murder. There had been a couple murders not a couple, no, quite a few, I think, that year. And people, it was too much for us then. It has exploded beyond that now.
Hmm.
I'm actually like, I think this is way past due. Like, it should have happened when we saw the spike initially. Because again, it's just like we're talking about the traffic. Then you would have curbed a lot of this explosion we're seeing now because people just, like we say back home, they're just going to take foot and
Hmm.
think, I got this. We're going to get away, whatever. Look, if you have enough money, this, that, and the other. Like, that's terrible for the rest of us, though, because then it leaves the rest of the people feeling, a lot of people feeling anxious and unsafe.
Hmm.
Which is not who we are at all. That lack of safety is not a thing we are accustomed to. So I just find like as if we have to um acknowledge how precious some things are of us and treat it preciously. So
Precious thing. Yeah.
mhm. Yeah,
If this
so that
comment,
would be a good thing.
this comment came through, but they got a container, and what happened after? Have you heard anything about that container?
No,
No.
no. So that's the part about accountability, follow through, enforcement, you know.
Hmm.
We can't bury our heads in the sand and pretend problems are going to go away. That's not how life works. You got to address the problem.
True. True. So yes, we have a more info question again, Doctor.
Yeah.
Electoral reform.
Oof.
What's your take on that thing?
Plenty takes, eh? Okay, so do we think we are worthy of good things?
Of course.
Yeah. Do we think we are worthy of right action?
What I mean?
Of do we think we are worthy of doing right things?
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like if something is right, do we think we deserve that?
I think so.
I think at the bottom of this is that. Do we think we are worthy of doing things the right way? And if we think we are worthy of that, then all of us will push for that, in spite of the fact that it might not land in our best interest.
Hmm. Hmm.
You see, when it comes to electoral reform, because of the way we have not always put ourselves first as people. I don't think so.
Right
Yeah.
on the money.
Yeah, we've
Right
not put
on the
ourselves.
money.
Hmm. And, I think we make a lot of excuses. We give a lot of other people opportunities to take advantage of us, you know?
Mm.
And we use a lot of things. Oh, it's okay. Oh, whatever. But I think at the bottom of that is a lack of taking responsibility for ourselves.
Accountability, come back to the same word again.
The same word. Accountability
Accountability.
for ourselves. Yeah. Because I have to also not just think about my feelings. I have to think about what is right action. That's what I meant earlier about right action. Because I'm setting it up not just for me today. I'm setting it up for who's coming after me.
Yeah.
President. Yeah. I have to set it up in the best interest of most of us. You know, if it's right action, then take it versus finding reasons why it's okay to not take it now and well, let's wait and so that
Yeah.
has provided an opening for us to not do as well as we can do. So that's an area I think of soul searching for us as people to see where we're doing that when it comes to Dominica, because all of us end up suffering. If you have more people than not who are not willing to take accountability, who are not willing to hold people responsible when they're
Responsible.
responsible, yeah, including ourselves, then by virtue of majority, all of us gonna go down in the same ship. So we have to the 2025, I think it's important for us to ask ourselves what is right, what is fair, just what is right, what is fair, not what is right for me, and not just what is right for all of us today. Because even if we're making a group decision, we have to think about tomorrow too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we have to clean up the way we're thinking. We have to watch our feelings because those emotions, I'm telling you, like we were telling Celsia earlier, the anxiety you can feel sometimes if you have to make a tough choice in the moment. Sometimes you can talk yourself out of it because your anxiety is high. And why would people be anxious about pushing for electoral reform? Well, if the people pushing back against it have power over you, or if you're afraid of what they might do or say, that can make a lot of people very anxious. But we have to be
Anxious.
yeah, you have to be willing to talk yourself down off of anxiety in favor of right action.
Mm.
Because that's the stuff that lasts. That's the stuff you can build on. That's the stuff where we make progress. Yeah. So or else we're out of balance. That's the answer to the electoral reform question.
Okay, well, my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Can I give my opinion now?
Oh, for sure, for sure.
I think it's a okay. For instance, people like me still on the vote. I saw people like you still on the vote.
I'm sure I haven't checked, but probably.
Yeah. You registered to vote, right? Before when you were younger.
Yeah, I voted once. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. I'm sure you're still on that list.
Wow.
You know? So
Mm-hmm.
I believe that reform is needed.
Mm-hmm.
A full, let's say, cleansing
Mm-hmm.
and because if they have a list of 70,000 people,
Mm-hmm.
there is not 70,000 people in Dominica who's legitimate to vote.
Right, right,
If
right,
the island nation is of 70,000.
right.
If you get where I'm coming from.
I get
So
where
you
you're
have
coming from because, yeah, if that were the case, then it would be basically saying that the babies who are part of the 70,000, they can vote
voted.
then. Yeah.
Okay, then you get where I'm coming from now. So I believe that the list needs to be really evaluated, cleansed up, and then people who live in Dominica
Mm-hmm.
go back and re-register.
Mm-hmm.
People who come home to Dominica, who provide some economical avenues in Dominica.
So
You
people
you
who
you
have dual residency, kind of like the
yes,
resident.
yes.
So,
But not necessarily do a residency. But let's
uh-huh.
say I retire and I go home. That's a different thing. But let's
Okay.
say I'm here, but I have a business, or I'm in Dominica often enough to where you can see me maybe every two or three times throughout the year. I'm in Dominica kind of scenario, and
Mm-hmm.
you benefit and you helping in the structural development of your community. I
Mm-hmm.
think I think those people can go home and register
So maybe
because
like if you have a business, if you have a home, if you have
yes,
okay.
yes, you have a business, you have
Like
a
maybe
home, you have
that criteria, you have a home or you have a piece of land registered, you have a whatever that demonstrates you are investing in the country.
in the country, you have a tie to the country because
Mm.
a lot of people come go home they vote and they come back straight to America. They don't know nothing about Dominica and how the people of Dominica feeling.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
that is where my qualm is with that one. So I
Mhm.
believe there should be there should be a total cleansing, and
Mhm.
people who have economical attachments to
Ah,
Dominica and people who live currently in Dominica go and
mhm.
re-register. That shouldn't take long,
Yeah.
because just
It
like how
shouldn't
they
take
issued
long.
new,
Okay.
yeah, that's like how they reissued new passports the other day to everybody. It,
Right.
the process and people still getting new passports.
Mhm.
It shouldn't take long to do that.
I wonder why we didn't use that as a way to reset the voters list. Like it could have been.
Ah,
Mhm.
oh, so you read the comment there?
They say you have to be there more than 6 months. And when she says when they say when they're trying to and when I'm trying, they're telling me I'm not there long enough. Hmm. So 6 months is when. So what does that mean? That means that there's a rule right now. See, that one I'm not clear about. Like, is there a rule that you have to be there 6 months before you can vote?
Well, I'm not sure the list. I'm not sure, but I think so. There's some standard where you have to be there for a certain period of time before
Well,
you
but
can.
that's not happening for a lot of people who go home and vote right now. If there's
Ah,
a
okay then. Okay then. So you see,
Mm.
so is certain double standards that is being set. So again, accountability.
and right action,
I think our word for today gonna have to be accountability. Yes.
yeah.
I think our word gonna have to be accountability today.
I think that will cure a lot of our stress in Dominica.
Mhm.
Because when you have accountability, you build predictability, meaning I can now begin to trust that
Mhm.
if this happens, then that will happen next, right? So I can
Yeah,
plan ahead, I can plan better. That means I am less anxious, I am less stressed. I know more often than not this is what's going to happen.
gonna happen.
Yeah, yeah.
I
So I
like that.
can forecast
Hmm.
into the future with that process. But if I don't know, if it depends on who I meet, then I'm anxious. I don't know. And human beings don't do their best when they're anxious.
Anxious.
I mean, do you? Do you do
No,
better when you're feeling anxious? No.
no,
Yeah.
no. You perform at a poor standard.
Yeah.
Poor standard. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's that.
Does does Dominica need an international airport?
Well, the thing is too late now because we're getting one. So my point with that is we spent our money already on it. So yes, we need it because
We
we
need it.
so far like that question is late or the question is almost futile because we've already started.
Hmm.
It's like so it's like me saying something like think of a mom who's pregnant with a child.
Hmm.
You'll say, well, does my 15-year-old need a baby? Too late now if she's pregnant.
Is she pregnant?
She's pregnant already. So now the question has to be, how are we going to take care of this child? You see? So what are we going to do to make this airport succeed and make it be valuable for Dominicans? You should go in the water. You know,
T2O water.
what is
Yeah,
that
man.
T2O water? I heard you all talking about that T2O water. What is it? Tell me
Yeah,
more.
man. That's a partner of mine. His name is Jeffrey
Uh,
out of
you from,
Dominica,
you
and
from,
that's his brand. Yeah.
oh, cool.
So it's called Trap Water. Trap.
Okay.
That's T with
Like
the
trap,
trap and H2O or O2O. So it's Trap Water.
like trap music.
Yeah, like trap music.
Okay,
But so
then you
it's
from
trap.
Dominica.
He's a Dominican, yes.
Where can you buy it?
You could order it through him. I could also give you a link for him.
Yeah,
And I
put
think
his link on your page. Put his link on there.
all I have is a contact number. I was going to give you his number.
All right.
Or or you can check people like me for the water.
Okay. You're a distributor.
Well, not necessarily a distributor, but I can get to it.
Okay, got you. That's pretty
And,
cool. But bring him on. Have you brought him on here with you yet?
yes, I have. Yes, we have. Yes, we
Okay.
have. Not in this new location, but we have done previous lives before.
All right. Nice. I would love to
It's,
talk with him. That's pretty cool.
it's spring water,
Mm-hmm.
and it's caught in the Blue Ridge Mountains here in Georgia.
Right, right, right. Nice. Ooh,
So
talk about water. I wish we were taking accountability for the resources and exporting more water.
Yo, the thing that choking me the most, doctor,
Yes.
the thing that choking me the most is we have a natural resource like that, and we are importing
That's terrible.
that resource.
That's really irresponsible. What it is irresponsible.
Of course,
Yeah, it's irresponsible. Really,
we have a resource like that
yeah.
can make us billions, where we don't have to depend on the sale of a passport, the sale of our birthright, and we importing that.
Yeah, that's irresponsible. That's us not taking care of our business. That's us not taking care of ourselves for the future, for the present. So that's irresponsible. It's like I know how I can make money, but I'm not doing it. And I'm saying, oh, Willie, help, da 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 da. So that's irresponsible, and we have to take accountability for that.
So the person said, just now Dominica coming worse than Haiti. Just wait for it.
And that's so sad, to see us in that position.
But I can say something.
Tell me.
Don't come for me, people. Please don't. But I don't think currently we have any suitable, now this is my opinion, any suitable opposing party to run Dominica.
So you are so that statement means you are okay with the status quo.
I didn't say I was okay with the status quo. But
No,
what I am saying is
Uh-huh.
that I don't see any other political party that can necessarily combine together and take Dominica out of where it's at. Right.
So you see what I was saying about the baby, like on the airport?
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's a similar situation when I hear that, because that puts puts me as a citizen in a position of helplessness. So I would have decided that I am stuck right here with the current party. If I don't think that's actually two different questions, because you could think that they're not ready, or that they're not, I don't see a party yet, but you could also say, but I'm going to vote them in, as opposed to keep what I have here. Those are two different things. But my worry with that is that just leaves you in a state, if that would be your thinking, of helplessness and no options.
Well, let me say why I say that.
Tell me.
The other day we had election in a party, right? That was the United Workers Delegates Conference Party. Yeah. They had an election, and that was the most I ever heard the party's name being mentioned in anything. You get me? Outside of the party normally going to court and doing all stuff like that, being relevant, being where people was speaking about them, be it negative, be it positive, be it whatever. People was actually mentioning and talking about this.
Right.
Since that election has passed, besides Dr. Thompson Fountain coming on your live the other day, I have not seen or heard anything from the party.
So you're saying that party, because they are not doing proper marketing or PR, that they are not ready? That it would be okay to keep the current party?
I'm not saying to keep current party. I want change.
What are our options?
I want change, but our options are not showing themselves as viable options.
So they're not showing themselves as viable, or they're not showing themselves enough?
They're not showing themselves as viable, because the only time you hear them talk, the relevance, the time they were in the people's mouth, I believe that you have to stay in people and their mouth so you can stay in their mind.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
If
I
you're
agree.
that mindset.
I agree.
If you know long, if you're not in my mouth or in my mind,
Mhm.
I'm not thinking about you because why
Right.
you don't exist to me.
Right. Right.
In order to exist, you have to be in my mind or in my mouth or something. And
Yeah.
where is that?
So
That is what I'm talking about.
let me see if I understand you. So what you're saying, what I'm hearing you say is, uh, you don't think they are viable because you have not been able to hold them in your mind based on their uh, not effectively doing what it takes to keep themselves present in your mind.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
okay. But I'm
yes.
saying that is a different thing than saying they are not viable. Because are you also saying by that that if they were keeping themselves more in my brain by doing certain things, being out there more, showing themselves,
Mhm.
activating themselves in the community, that they would be viable?
Yes,
Yeah. So what
yes.
I'm saying is that's those two different things. So you're saying
Okay.
they are viable, because even if they might be doing things in the community, however it is they're running their PR, it's not working because it's not you're not keeping you care you're not seeing it,
You don't
and
seeing
it's
it,
not
you don't
hitting you.
hearing it,
You're not
and it's
seeing it,
not
you're
in
not
people
hearing
mouth.
it. Exactly. And I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that piece there, 100%. And I don't think there's an excuse that can suffice for that.
Mhm.
Why? Because this is 2025. Social media is free.
Free.
So, you understand what I'm saying? Like I said, I've said this before. The other side is very good at PR. They have put people in place to manage PR. Okay,
Mhm.
talk about a business, right? So I know what I'm talking about because I had to do everything for myself as a business person. But after a while, you realize you're losing money because you're a psychologist. There's a better business person than you. There's somebody who's a better PR person than you. There's somebody
Mhm.
who does marketing better than you. And if you're going to do really well and not stress yourself out
You
and
put
get
people in
better
place.
results, you got to put people in place who are efficient at that skill that you don't have, that you
Mhm.
need for people like you, Ricardo, to be able to.
To say I hear them, I know about them or something. You know what I mean? And not just me, because
It's not-
the general populace. When I tell you when they had that election, you
Yeah,
heard Senator Paris, you heard about
yeah,
Thompson Fountain. Their
yeah.
names, the party became vibrant
That's
again.
right. You could feel the energy.
Good. You felt that you almost felt like we were heading preparing for a general election.
That's right. That's right.
That's
That's right.
that's how vibrant and that's how much media was
That's
out there
right.
covering that one scenario.
That's right.
So,
That's
so that's what I'm talking about. I'm
yes.
talking about putting the emphasis and even about the relevance, putting the
Mhm.
emphasis on Dominican people
Right.
and taking
Dominica first.
Dominica out of the current situation that we are in. So
Yes.
to my sentiment again, I say they're not viable, but that doesn't mean that they're not capable of becoming viable.
There you go. But you're saying there's something huge that's missing. When
Yes.
what I'm hearing is the marketing, the public relations piece.
Mm-hmm.
Because whatever it is they're doing, people need to be hearing it so that they can be on people's mouths
Yes.
and in their consciousness.
In the air,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
want vote and I don't hear nothing about workers. I don't see workers doing nothing.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
why would I even go and give them my ex? You know what I mean? It's scary I
Exactly.
see and it's scary I
Exactly.
know. Although he
Yeah.
had the country upside down, twist right and
Right.
turn, but it's him I know. You
It's
know?
marketing. It's one
Yeah.
of the reasons that Trump won the first time and he won again. I mean, I heard a lady say, "Yes, I know he's a narcissist and he doesn't care about people, but, but, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I know he's a
But
narcissist, and by nature of the fact that he's a narcissist, he doesn't care about you." But she didn't care because
yeah.
she was seeing him enough.
Yeah.
So that,
He was relevant
that's
in
it.
her face.
That's right. That's important. Even if he was a narcissist and an ugly dude saying the worst things, he was in her face, and she didn't like the other side enough, so she was willing to take the risk on
Break a
him.
risk.
You're
Exactly.
100%. People have to, I think maybe the United Workers Party thinks that people know them enough.
No.
I would agree that people maybe know them enough, but the like and trust factor is not there as much as it needs to be. And that is changed with marketing and public
Doctor,
relations.
I
Yes,
gonna I
sir.
gonna change your opinion on that. People know them
Tell
enough.
me.
People know them
Tell
enough.
me.
Don't live in Dominica.
There you go. Okay.
The
You're
people who
right.
know them enough don't live in Dominica.
You're right.
Everybody that is under 30 years right now in Dominica,
Yeah.
they know scary. Every last one of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
True.
when they born, when they come into life, he was there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's still there. So that's who they
Yeah.
know.
You're right.
People like
Right.
me and you might say, okay, we know Eugenia, we know Edison, we know that.
Right.
But the
Right. Right.
people
Right.
that they
Right.
know 30 years and
The
under,
voters.
the
For the
voters,
voters. The voters
don't
who
know
don't have
nobody
the
else.
talent of residency and da da da. The ones
Yeah,
who vote. Yeah.
yeah. They don't know nothing
So
else.
they need a new marketing campaign, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, of
They
course.
need not new, proper. They need efficient marketing and public relations. Efficient. And they have to get with the times. This is 2025. And I've said that before. I mean, I don't know what it is. If it's like, I don't know if it's, but I understand some of it. Sometimes you can get very used to doing something in a particular way, and you
Mhm.
think by the hook or by the crook, you're going to make your way work. But that's not how life and business works.
No,
You have to use what works.
no.
You see, yeah, I might create a product and I think that's the best product in the world. The people who have to buy it, though, they have to
Might
think
not
it's the
think
best.
that. Okay then.
And I have to sell it to them. Yeah. The other side does a very good job of they touch a hibiscus flower, they're taking a picture of the hibiscus flower,
Ah.
write a long story about it. Facebook, Insta, everywhere. They're making reels
Everything.
about 10 hibiscus. Everybody's
Yeah.
seeing it. Yeah. And I keep hearing this stuff about, oh, but a lot of people, they don't have phones, they don't have social media. That's
Foolish.
not the only area to
Foolish.
it's nonsense. Apart from the fact that that's almost a lie, parce que tout le monde, everybody has a phone
Mhm.
these
Mhm.
days. And there are many ways to reach people by phone. Many, many, many ways.
Anyways,
Marketing. Yeah. So that for me, it's kind of nonsensical in 2025. Right? The other part is you can double dip if you are on the ground in the communities, one on one, sitting on people's doorsteps, talking and educating people, and doing what people who use marketing and PR do. They take pictures and they use it now to repurpose for the rest of the people who have the
who
phones, who
haven't
are on
seen.
social media.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not an excuse, but that is what is necessary right now. Because everybody knows somebody like the leader of United Workers' Party has done this rescuing of countries before. So they know it, but they need to see it in different ways
In
right
different
now.
ways,
They need
yeah.
to see it in,
But
yeah.
if even the prime minister was getting them whip in parliament the other day, say, what have they done in the
But
community? You know? And that
and
is
even
where
if they've been doing even if they've been doing things, they are not taking pictures and they're taking pretty pictures and they're not showing it.
mm-hmm.
People need to see it. So Asa posted a picture of his foundation over the Christmas break. The number of people who have seen that picture, you understand?
Mm-hmm.
It's relatable. We connect to it. It's a positive thing. That's what they don't want to listen, maybe one on one. I don't know, but we got to say it in public, Richie, because I mean, you just have to Google and you can get that information. You know what I mean, like how to
Yeah.
do that. And like I said, in 2025, it's a nonsensical idea to not be doing a better job at that.
Somebody said, Richie's saying that they're not viable because you're not hearing them as such on social media does not sound very logical to me. You should know how social media works. Controversy, beef, etc., is what shows up. The rivalry slash challenge between Thompson Fountain and Paris created a hype, hence why you saw it more on social media.
So what are you saying, Richie? You are saying I think what you're saying is that you did not see the party capitalize on that. You did not
Yes.
see that energy that was going.
Yes.
You know, to start a fire, you need some little bush, some little cocoa, pashi
Some
cocoa.
something to get it going.
Yeah, but then you have to do hoo. That's the part you're saying you didn't see enough of, because it's like the fire just went kind of.
It went back dead. It went back cold and dry and what going on?
But what you need for that is a professional. You need professionals. There are people who study this, and that's what you're saying UWP has to activate to be able to get to spread out, to
To
spread
spread
out
the
the
word.
message.
Yeah, man. To
Because
spread
the
the
people
word.
who love UWP, they already love UWP. But there's so much that people cannot do with that energy that they're actually using it against each other.
Mm.
They want to be able to spread it out, but they need help from the organization, is what I'm hearing you say.
Yeah, man.
And I think you have a point there.
Yeah, man. They need a little help.
You know, what we can do is become defensive when we hear, hey, have you considered doing this like that? That's one approach, becoming defensive. The other approach is to investigate it. Try it out, bro. Try it out and see, like an experiment. And if
Somebody
it
said
fails,
politics is a science.
it is a science. People spend years and years and years studying this stuff. Marketing is a science. I'm telling you 100% that with all your know-how in one area, you are not good in everything. Nor are you supposed to be good in everything, because you wouldn't have the time to become a professional marketing expert or professional PR person
But
if
there's
you're
people.
becoming a political scientist.
Mhm.
Yes. So you have to learn how to use each area for your good. And that's where the teamwork comes in. Yeah.
Teamwork is make the work so much lighter. It makes the
Absolutely.
work make sense because we play on each other's strong points. We're
Yeah.
not we're not just here trying to take it all on our own, you know?
Yeah.
Because
Plus,
when
we
I
block
first
the
started,
other person's weak points.
Mhm. So like for instance, when I first started doing this thing here, so I didn't have no studio.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything.
Yes.
Somebody tell me. So one person I tried to interview said, "Are you a registered media house or media
Mhm.
company?" I went ahead and I registered my company immediately
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
now that was a strong point that they gave me.
That's right.
Although they were being sarcastic, but it was a
That's right.
strong point that they gave me.
That's
So
right.
then I went ahead, I followed up with that.
Exactly.
I know building something to where
Yeah.
I created my own space where I can now invite people to my studio
That's
to have
right.
interviews, to sit down and stuff like that.
That's how we grow.
Yeah, so it shows growth. It doesn't take place in one time, and I
Yeah.
didn't do it all by myself. I also sought professional help.
Yes. 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 Yes.
I
Yeah.
also sought professional help. I also on YouTube looking at how different people do different things. So
Exactly.
that I learn that way because some people have already trial and errored it.
That's
So
right.
they're not putting what they're putting out there for me to follow.
That's
So there is always means to learn and way to grow.
You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to start from
Oh,
scratch. The wheel already exists. Yeah. And one of the problems is defensiveness that shows up. And that's like, no, what you're saying there, I'm not saying why you would do that. I'm not saying that doesn't make sense. Just because I say it doesn't make sense does not mean you're not right to know.
all right then.
So,
Because-
so if I'm wise, I open the door more with you. I feel the fire in my belly and the little rage or who Mr. Finky is in my head. I talk
Mhm.
that down and I open the door to listen to the new piece of information so I can know I'm going to go experiment and see if it works
Mm,
before I just shut it down saying that doesn't make sense.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So
But Wilworth has a question, has a thought that might be an invitation for you to assess when it comes to your word about viability.
okay,
Because
well,
viable means you stand no chance. But
okay,
that's
well,
with
he said my choice of words might have been wrong. So probably my choice of word was wrong,
Mhm.
but in the same sense, I feel that they need to do become a little bit more relevant.
And what you're saying they need to add more of is what?
Like a vibrancy in them. Put the fire, like you said, the fire under the bosom to light them up. Create some beef. Give us something on social media to talk about. You know, workers building a bus stop down the road there way.
Right.
Oh, they fix the bridge down there way.
Right.
I am not telling you to go take on no $1 million project. You get
Right.
what I mean?
Right.
But a bus stop, a garbage can, at this.
Again, Asa's example, over Christmas, Asa paid a $1,200 a water bill for an old man. And we saw Asa with a box of groceries, message on his head, himself carrying it up the hill. What does that do to a person who watches that? That's marketing. That's public relations. It hit us Dominicans every which way. And some people were saying, well, you don't have to show what you're doing. But the royal family shows what they're doing when they're out there opening hospitals and cutting ribbons. Every president does it. It's publicity. That arm of the organization has to work as well. We're not just being so pure that we're not showing people what we're doing. Because if we don't show people what we're doing, they cannot see what we're doing.
And they can't say you do anything.
Narrative, when people bring a narrative and say you're not doing anything, their eyes did not have anything to counteract that. So you're fighting. Meanwhile, the other side is, I'm telling you, every piece of paper they pick up, they have a picture of the piece of paper, who the piece of paper held, and they're dressed there looking pretty and handsome and clean and sharp. That is marketing. And they're even in power. They even have money, but they're using every opportunity. Like, so come on.
Yeah, so they don't want to lose power. You know?
Yes, it is very serious. This is real life. Politics is, do I like this person enough? In one of the elections over here, they said George Bush and somebody, they were like, well, George Bush is like, somebody said they could see themselves go having a beer with one of the presidents. This is whoever the opponent was at the time. Let me tell you, that is correct. Because you have to show up, and UWP has been showing up. Okay, that's a yes. So we see them a lot. But is it enough? And in the context that many people have said they're not seeing them enough, people need to see you in that context. They need to see you helping people. Okay, you don't have big money. In 2025, you don't need big money for that. All you need is a phone. And somebody who knows how to use that phone.
Yeah.
Because from that phone, we're taking one video of your conversation with Mr. Samson. You understand, right? And from that video, it could be a 30-minute video, that 30-minute video on YouTube. From that 30-minute video, we have a 2-minute reel. It's everywhere. You understand? We have a picture. It's everywhere. We have a blog. It's everywhere. We just have to do this stuff better. And I do believe the current party is doing a great job of using pictures, fancy hats, social media, making people feel like, oh, we're pretty.
I care. We care. We pretty. We this. We that. And people drawn to the pretty. People looking for the dimples. They're looking for the smile. They're looking for.
Like, come on, this is social psychology.
Yeah,
so
man.
Use it. You can't be saying, oh, well, they're doing it, so we're not doing it. Are you mad? You mad, bro? No. You got to use it because it works, not because they're using it. I'm not going to use it. What is the logic in that? You got to use it because it works.
It works. Somebody said when you're looking for a woman, summarizing it, you showing up every day you text her, every day you're there on her phone. You want to be in her mind so she don't forget you.
For real.
So that is why coming from with that. You want to be in the people's mind. You don't never want to.
Yeah.
You want to be in the people's mind.
That is powerful. Because voters are fickle and voters are emotional. A lot of people are not voting with their logic. If we were voting with our logic, this party would not be in power still. No.
You're right.
because
You're
it,
right.
because they're paying more for every bill, right? They have less money. They can't travel to England again, right? If they were voting with their logic, this party would be gone. They're voting with emotions. And some of
Mhm.
the emotions that people have acquired over time for UWP has been negative. Negative as in because UWP did many of the marches and they were doing the right thing at the time, I think they thought, where you were like, what? This terrible thing is happening. We got to march against this. We got to say no to this.
Mhm.
But they got tagged with that no kind of vibe, that kind of
Yeah,
no,
everything is a no.
no.
Everything is a no.
So you have to change
The narrative.
the narrative around you. You do. You have to put money into it, or else forget about it. You can come with all your logic if you want. They're like, I'm not studying that. Dominicans too have a, we are fresh. We don't have plenty, but we're fresh. So we
Mhm.
will go for the pretty and what are looking nice and fluffy. Even if we go in Brooks, we don't care.
We nice and creamy
We
down
don't-
there. We nice and creamy.
and you can make noise with us if you want. You can make noise with us if you want, right?
Mhm.
We're not studying you.
Yeah, man, we love our nice and creaminess, man.
We love
No,
our niceness. We love our
eh?
niceness, you mad?
You can take our niceness from us then.
Yeah, take it from us. We don't care. We dine with our boots on. We don't care about that.
Let me tomorrow is the swearing in for Trump, right?
Tomorrow is the what?
Swearing in for Trump.
Tomorrow is the 6th. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So on American news, President Trump will be sworn in tomorrow.
But that one not even in my brain. Interestingly, that one is not even in my brain. Because I ain't studying him like that. So
Yeah.
talk about and maybe because he's been so busy, he and Elon, with all the other stuff, the other mess, that's more in
Mhm.
my brain than his inauguration. As you're talking about marketing and what you're keeping in a person's brain.
My
What's in my
God.
brain?
Imagine something of such significance that even popping up in your mind. So,
It's not.
no, get what I'm saying? So something so big in America that's taking place, not even popping
Ex-
up in your mind because you're not hearing it.
I'm not
What
hearing it. Yeah.
we have to put
You
our
need to.
if you want to win the election,
That's right.
put your name in the people and their mouth.
And it's
Show
your
them that
job
you're
to
doing
figure out
something.
how to do that. And it's their job is their job to figure out how to do that.
Hmm.
And how you figure that out is you talk to professionals who that is what they do. Because it's going to take you too long for you alone to learn it. You need a professional who that's what they do. You need
Hmm.
young people who have the energy and who have the passion for that kind of stuff. You got to engage them to do it for you. Yeah, you got to get over whatever anxiety you have because a lot of people can get very anxious when they don't have control.
I gonna ask you your opinion there, Doc.
Yes.
During the election, you don't have to answer me directly, but I would like an answer though.
Tell me.
Who did you support the most, or who did you want to see win?
The election.
Experience or a smile?
The election here?
No. I'm not talking about Trump and them. I'm talking about
With
Dominica.
Dominica?
Yeah, with the United Workers Party thing. Experience or a smile?
Let me say I could have gone with either.
Okay.
Because honestly, I could have gone with either because I felt in my body the excitement of the smile.
Okay.
And I was like, whoa, that's fresh and like, right?
In your face, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
Experience.
think it's the best of both worlds. But I think that world has to learn to use both well.
Relevance. And
Formula right there, but they have to use it. That's it. Yeah. You know, so UWP has the winning formula, but it's like you're saying, they gotta use it.
it
Better
they
than
and the fingertip. they're on the fingertip, but
I know.
they're just afraid to grab it.
I know.
Grab it and hold it.
Anxiety. That's what I'm talking about. Anxiety. We become
Mhm.
very anxious when we think we might lose control. But you gotta back in the day they used to tell you take one heart. Take one heart. You know what I mean? And if you're gonna take a risk on change, on doing something in a different way to see if you have an opportunity to get a different result
Yeah.
or a better result. If it doesn't work, okay, chuck it. You know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but both, but the balance of that team right now is very viable to me.
But it needs
But
to be
that piece,
utilized.
it needs to be utilized well. It needs a professional marketing or PR person. I say marketing at this point because I do think honestly, we're talking honestly here, right? I
Mm-hmm.
think I was saying earlier that UWP picked up a lot of stain from the blows they got from all the money of the current party.
True.
You know, yeah, and it's just but the flip side of that is that shows resilience because that's one of the organizations who, even though they bloodied and beaten up, they've
They're
held on.
still there. They're still in the ring. They're still in the fight.
And they've held on because they spread the wealth, like they spread the power in a way, you know. But when they get anxious, they start trying to hold on, and that
It's
messes them
still
up. Yeah, it messes them up. Yeah.
So you think the United flight from New Jersey, you're gonna take one when it's ready?
When it's ready, I will.
Okay.
What you are you? Will you?
Of course.
I myself, I don't know why they're waiting on Atlanta, no? Like Delta. I'm waiting for to do that. Delta going to Guadeloupe. Delta going Guada and Delta not.
Doctor, it have to make economical sense.
And
I don't gonna go down there with a plane load full
I
and
know.
come back with one.
Two.
You know?
Yeah.
And come back with, well, like you say, with two. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You know? So
So
people,
do you think? So what do you think then of the international airport? I mean, you asked me that question earlier.
Mhm.
Do you think we?
I think it's gonna be a white elephant.
Ugh, tell us more. Tell us more. What you mean?
The reason why I say it's gonna be a white elephant,
Mm-hmm.
we extended our runway in Mendenhall,
Mm.
and we got the same flights that we were trying to get to come to Dublin. We spent billions of dollars where we could have spent the same billions of dollars, fixed up Mendenhall to a better standard,
Mm-hmm.
and accommodate what we need to accommodate, and not displace an entire community and expect anything to get better. Because we spend billions of dollars, which could have been put into the economy to develop some factories
Something else.
where we could create some form of employment for our people in our country. Then we build an airport that 200 of our people are employed. Out of a populace of 70,000 people, we have 200 or 300 people employed as Dominicans. That's what the Prime Minister said. And does that make sense? Is that economically viable for us as a people? My opinion, I don't think so.
Well, the other thing is, you know, as we're talking about people working in their area of expertise, sometimes we think we know because we have a general understanding. But if you know, I can think I know to be a good marketing specialist. I don't. I know a few things,
Mhm.
surface level. I don't. That's why you need a professional. You need
Professional to
to have
get in there. Yeah.
professionals. But you also need to have professionals that you trust enough to give the freedom and the latitude where you remove your control over every process and you have other reasons why you might want things done a particular way. It's just not, it's going to bung things up. So are you suggesting that it might turn out like the hotel we have in Portsmouth, the big one, the
I
one?
believe so too. I believe so. But again, as my opinion, you have so many people to displace in Wesley and have who haven't received their funds. You get
Can
me?
you tell me more about that? Because that is just really sad and saddening and egregious, really. It's egregious because these are families who bought their land. You have land that has been passed down to families. Somebody stood in the gap and worked very hard for Dominicans to have property, right? Which is wealth. That's all wealth.
Yes.
And and to have lost your wealth. As of today, your wealth is lost if you don't have your money.
True.
As of today, your wealth is lost. That a grandparent maybe, man, they sweat bullets to be able to pass down or whatever, or however you bought it or got it. So that's egregious. That's sinful. That's sinful,
Mhm.
that's sinful on many levels. So what can you tell me more about that? Like what are people in the community
Well,
saying about
they're also displacing more people in the community currently.
what is, why?
Well, Woolworth went to the community in Wesley, in Bottom Wesley area. And
Uh-huh.
there was a couple more people there that they're telling them they have to move. They were not part of the original movement. They were close to the fence line or whatever. Now they're telling them they have to move. You get what I mean? So there's people now that is losing their homes who originally thought that they had their homes.
Right.
No, that is now they have to come up with no more money to pay these people that they're displacing.
It's just, I mean, the reality that's very terrible. That's high anxiety for people.
Okay, then. So then the community of Wesley is in a split. The community is divided. The community is divided in the sense that the people, they have some people that, yes, me for the airport. I'm not saying I'm not for the airport. But
Right.
it have to make a logical
It's
sense.
got to make sense.
You're displacing all these people, still haven't paid them their money. Still haven't paid them their money. So why?
That means they've lost, as of today, they have lost their properties.
Of course.
Until you get your money, you have lost your property. Yeah.
Of course. And not that. But no, let's say I say I keep in my house in the middle until all they pay me my money. All they're gonna do
Right.
there for around me and leave me there.
Right. Right.
You get what
Right.
I'm saying? Like you
That-
can't come, you can't
have a
bulldoze
right.
my house if I ain't it.
Legally, you would have every reason to.
Yeah, you can't bulldoze my house while I say they're staying inside of it.
Yeah.
So
And they were horrible. Let me tell you, that's what the Asian people talk about Chinese. That's what Chinese would do. They would say, yeah, well, come bulldoze my house. But
You
then
know?
what would happen when you did that is no, everybody would see how terrible you are, right? And sentiment might change against you. So that's why they're trying to not have it come to that, I hope. But if you want it to not come to that, you got to pay people their money.
Pay people what they deserve.
Especially when people are seeing that clearly there's enough money somewhere for vehicles to be bought for children that don't need to be bought. So
Okay,
there's money.
there's money somewhere. You know?
That's disgusting, man.
So that's the situation. So that's why I keep calling on the leaders of the community of Wesley
Mhm.
to give a voice to the people. Let
Right.
the people and them know exactly what is going on.
Right.
So that then now the people can now understand and say, okay, well, our leaders give us this information. We can either go with it or we
Right.
can show it to the back. But if the leaders are even coming forward and saying nothing in the community, then who is the people or where the people gonna stand?
So
They
the
have
people are anxious, confused, and they don't know. They
good.
don't plan. They don't know how to make a decision. That's terrible.
So
That's
that's
terrible. That wouldn't happen other places easily like that.
no. And
Terrible.
but you see now, the thing that I gonna say is Wesley people are resilient people. They will take a lot. They will take a lot. They will come to a point where they can't take no more.
I can't take no more.
They're already suffering already on the island through the basic living. To add that kind of pressure on their back. Look, the other day I saw a picture of the bridge between Marigot, like when you enter into Marigot.
Uh-huh.
So as you enter into Marigot, there's a little bridge you're crossing right there. So
Yes.
I saw a picture again. Will posted up a picture of 2002 and 2024.
Mm-hmm.
The bridge is basically finished. In 2022, the bridge was done. It needed reconstruction.
Right.
Now it's even worse. The beams have busted. The steel. So what are they gonna do? Put another temporary bridge there for who? For what? That is a community that bringing people from Roseau to the airport.
Yeah.
You have these big trucks passing all over them, destroying the community, destroying everything that is being done. But we're not thinking about the presence
Yeah.
of our infrastructure. We're supposedly building one of the biggest projects on island. but we're not thinking about what we already have and we're destroying.
Right, right. Because that's a really weird way to build, where you are destroying what you have, talking about what you already have. You're
Yeah.
like you're willing to lose it for what you haven't seen yet.
Seen yet.
That's a terrible way to build.
So, and that's why I say, if that bridge they break, they can't bring no tariffs from what is that Pokase? Not Pokase. In Maragot, on the other side of Maragot, there. So when you leave out of Maragot, Pegua Bay, because they're crushing stones and stuff in Pegua to bring across to Wesley.
Mm-hmm.
So that transportation there block is done.
Right.
If that bridge fall, then now the national road in Bends and blending down there.
Mm-hmm.
So transportation is done. I saw a video of private contractor going to fix the blending bridge.
I saw
over
that.
for the first day.
Yeah, I saw
So has it now become the community's job?
The
The community's job to fix their roads? Is that where we come to now?
Well, maybe.
Is that what we come to now? I am not saying that we as a community cannot do certain things because our community is for our community, for our country.
Right.
But we have put people in place to take care of these things for us, where we don't have to do it for ourselves, because why? We put them there to do a job.
To do it. Yeah.
It's a job. People of Dominica, all you can say, why all you want? The people you have in power is given the power by you. You ultimately, Dominican, have the power to run for your nation to run. Just choose wisely.
Mm-hmm.
Just choose wisely.
But I mean, well, then you do need to clarify then what you were saying earlier when you said that the opposition options are not viable. Because what they're going to choose if they're not viable?
Listen to because I was talking about the relevance of them not being in your mouth, in your
I'm
vision.
happy you clarified that.
They're not in your vision. But so that is where I think of it as, we are in a sad place. What are you doing there? What are you doing there?
Who, me?
What are you on your hand?
Me?
Yeah. What is that?
What is that? That's my meditation.
What they call that? What they call that?
Crochet. I'm
Crochet.
crocheting a blanket.
Okay.
I'm making a blanket. I'm making a blanket.
I know you're doing it. I just I know you're doing it, but I just want to make people know you're crocheting. Yeah. So.
Oh man, I'm so sad. I have relatives in Wesley.
Mm-hmm.
I have a sister and 2 brothers in Wesley.
You have a sister and 2 brothers.
Mm-hmm.
I know your sister. Your sister's my neighbor.
Then you know her brother, Errol?
But Errol doesn't live in Wesley.
No, he's from Wesley.
Yeah, well, he's from Wesley, but he doesn't live there. Yeah.
You know Cuthbert Wallace?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, my brother.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you see, I wouldn't have known that.
I should come up to Wesley and spend time.
So what about them Wallaces? They in St. Croix Wallace. So are they your relatives as well? They're from Wesley.
Yeah, my cousins like Dave.
Yeah.
No, Dave. Yeah.
Yeah, of course I know Dave. I know Bill. I know AP. I know them.
Mm-hmm. My cousins. Yep. My cousins. Yeah. Yeah, I think we share an ancestor. Glenn was giving me the story. I don't remember the story, but he was trying to tell me where the Wallaces came from.
Okay.
Yeah. We share like a common
Carnival is coming
up.
Carnival is coming up.
Uh-huh.
You going down for the carnival and shake your pampalam?
No, sir. You know what? I prefer Creole Festival.
You prefer Creole Festival? Okay. So they started the Calypso tent. I think they started tent. I think they started that
I
already.
saw that they opened it really in the middle of Christmas, didn't they? Like
Yeah, they open
Saturday.
Carnival. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of I don't know. I did not watch it much. Usually I as if maybe I felt like it was too soon, like I couldn't get into it so
Mhm.
soon. I couldn't get into it so soon because it felt like it was still Christmassy
Christmas.
time.
Your mind
Yeah, I
was
don't
more on the
but it
Christmas
wasn't New
time.
Year's. Did New Year's pass yet? Or was it I can't remember if it was the weekend after New Year's or whatever it was, it
This is
never
the
really
weekend after New Year's.
yeah. So it was the week after Christmas.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah, it felt like I was still in the
In
holiday in
Christmas.
this holiday. Yeah, and I didn't I couldn't plug in as much as I like to.
Oh, what do you think about our music, the Bouillon music?
I love
Where
keep going. I like bouillon.
where you think
Yeah.
it can take us
Hmm.
in 2025?
Look, I love bouillon rhythm. When you see when bouillon start, like the rhythm does hit me in a place. You understand that I cannot explain. Um, it does hit me in a place inside me that I cannot explain. I have a brother that one day when we were younger, they used to have those big dances in like schools, and we had a place called the community center and then boxing plant. And one day there was a song um by Baron or somebody that said, I feel in it. Da, 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 da. Well,
Mhm.
that song came on and my brother said, oh God, how to start? Because he felt it. So I get that kind of feeling in me when I hear bouillon. Um, so I want to encourage the guys to keep going with that. I think the music can go very far. I also think that it'll go further. More pockets will be open to the music if we also again uh, I kind of focus and manage it responsibly.
Mhm.
Manage it responsibly because there'll be many people who won't access the music depending on the lyrics. We will because we again our standards are different. Plus, these are people we know and love, so we want to support them. These are our
Supported,
brothers,
yeah.
cousins. So, we're going to support them. But for the music to go far and wide, we've got to be more responsible and intentional, I think, with it. So I think someone else is an example of us, like laser focused, being very intentional with the music because the beats are going to be there. The beats speak for themselves.
Yes.
The rhythm speaks for itself, but the lyrics have to speak to other people if we wanted to push further.
Further.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The beat's gonna speak for itself, and that's bouillon. That's the bouillon itself. The lyrics is not bouillon. The rhythm is bouillon. So we gotta be more. I think be strategic, smart.
Strategic,
Now
yeah.
the business part, the creativity is in the beats. The business part for me is the lyrics because that's gonna open more
More
pockets.
doors. Hmm.
Yeah, doors are not gonna close down to lyrics that people don't have an argument with.
True. I mean,
Yeah,
certain doors open for whatever people want to listen to, but now
exactly,
your marketing is just for one set. It should never be for one
exactly.
set. You need to broaden your scope, you know,
Yeah,
and that's why I like Shelly and them Signal Banner
yes, yes, yes,
because
yes.
they market for a broader scope. They don't
Yeah,
just
more
market
money.
just
Open yourself up to more money, and
yeah,
and music business too.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm not doing a thing just because I like it. It's also got to pay me and pay me well.
And make it
You
make
know?
sense. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And I like
yeah,
I like that song with Trilogy as well, that Big Belly season kind of song because
yeah, yeah.
it's a jovial play on the words. You know what I mean? Everybody
Exactly,
can sit back and enjoy this. Oh, daddy,
exactly,
Big Belly, Big Belly season. Mommy, so people can enjoy them kind of things there.
exactly,
But, but
exactly.
when you come out and say, put your hand,
Now that's
yo,
limited.
yo,
That's great. That's great for the people who like it, and it's a fun, catchy song too. But the
yeah.
lyrics are gonna leave you outside of many doors.
So if
But
you
the
have a
more
hundred
that
people, you
open
might open two doors.
money you get, yeah,
You have 100 people, you open 2 doors. That'll go in nowhere.
For
But if
real.
you have 100 people and you open 70 doors, that's
For,
that's
for real.
that's when the money gonna make sense.
Yeah. So for that song, for the one with the push your hand in your whatever, look at the number of hits it's gotten. That tells you that you missed out on potentially another double number of hits
Mm-hmm.
because it got blocked. It gets stopped, right? That rhythm is a powerful rhythm. Like that's just like you want to dance on that. You understand?
Yeah.
You, but I remember myself 2 carnivals ago here in Atlanta on the street, that song on the street, and I refuse to dance, I want to dance. I feel it, the really feel, yeah. But I say, boy, I not
Read that
dancing.
one there. Read that one there though.
Oh, look, my young children, adult children are disgusted by the nasty business. Young adults, and that's the area, that's the catchment area you want. So you got to find a way to deliver it to them to where they can get it. Again, we have to watch out for being defensive. Just take a minute and listen to what it is I'm saying to you before you just say, "Who you think you are? Nonsense. Oh, but look, it's doing good enough for here." Da 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 da. But hear the rest. The rest is with 1 million hits, you probably could have had 5 million hits
Million
back.
hits.
That's how much more money, 5 times more money in your pocket. You understand? If you just so let's, yeah.
Yeah, make it make sense. Make it make sense because you have to cater not just for your listening public, but for everybody else.
Look, for real, we say that that's a message, that's another message, we say in there because I was saying earlier, yes, you love your party, but if your party not putting itself on my brain is close to your party because of what you do, what you're not doing, what I'm seeing, what I'm not seeing.
Mhm.
Forget about it. You
Of
can have the
course.
product. So it's a marketing
It's a
piece,
marketing thing, man. It's a
public
marketing thing.
relations. Yes, yes.
It's a marketing thing. I heard talks of a cruise ship berth being done in Portsmouth,
Marina.
in the marina thing.
Well, that's been a long time they're talking about that, eh?
But they broke grounds for it the other day.
But it breaking plenty grounds everywhere. I don't know if the ground can withstand all them breaking there that happened there, but plenty ground break.
Breaking ground, yes. Every day
But
they're breaking our ground somewhere, yes.
so okay, so let me stop being silly. But I think it's a great thing. It's up my side. That's positive news for my people. Back to being a business owner and knowing that when your resources are limited, it's not the best idea to have so many things that you're in the building stage of and none of them bringing in money,
Bringing in
because that means nothing is turning a profit for me yet for me to be able to reinvest. Nothing. I cannot use money from the airport yet to help me pay for the marina, to help me pay for the cable car, to help me pay for the. I am spending a lot of money right now, right? I would have said, let's do one and finish one so that we don't have all three and potentially cannot finish either
can't
one.
finish none. Okay then. Okay then.
But that's what I would. Even in my home, I'm not going to buy every. Okay, I need a settee. I need a this. I need a. I'm not going to buy all four: the big TV and the big settee and the big bed and everything together. No, I'm gonna buy the bed first, pay that off. Then we'll come to the big TV, pay that off. Then we'll come to the. It's just strategy. I think I would have advised a different strategy, but everybody have their own needs. and
Mhm.
I mean, if election coming just now, I break in 50 grong if that's what the people want.
Yeah, yeah. But that's crazy. It's like, why are we even doing that? We don't have the capital to
We don't
sustain
have we
these
don't
things.
have
But then now the other day, I remember we got a loan for $41 million from the Prince of Dubai, from one of the princes
what
in Dubai,
was that for?
for the development of Roseau.
Okay, so wait, okay, so another okay, so pause on that thought, right?
Hmm.
As a business person, and you're a business person too, right?
Hmm.
When I'm if I'm taking a loan, that whatever it is I'm gonna do with that money, it's supposed to pay me back that loan.
True. You're supposed to pay back the
Everything
loan.
you have to pay for yourself, you know.
Yeah.
You better pay back for that loan and have within it a way for me to now make money.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what's happening with that? Is that what's happening with that?
Doctor, they get the money to restructurize Roseau streets and stuff like that. Which street in Roseau you see restructurize? I think that was in August they got that money there. Which street in
Really? They
Roseau?
don't start yet?
Nothing
Well,
has
maybe they in the planning stage.
no ground, no break.
Maybe they in
No ground, no break. You know?
the ground don't break yet, but maybe they in the planning stages
You can't go and get a loan and in planning stages.
because the loan you're supposed to be able to show your scope, right? Your scope of
Good.
work.
You don't get a loan without bringing a business plan, a proposal, and
Right,
say,
right.
this is what you're gonna do. This is what you're gonna take us. You're not doing that. You don't get a loan. So apparently, something is amiss with that money.
Well, maybe we're just too busy. We have plenty other projects happening that we cannot focus yet.
You get a
On
loan.
that?
You get a loan. You get a money specifically for a said job. So that means you're lying. Then I mean you falsifying documents to go and do what?
I don't know. Maybe it come in. I don't know. Maybe it come in, and I'm just saying, like really, for me, something have to make sense, right?
All right.
Problems got to have a solution. Yes, Roseau needs to be revamped. Whatever. Roseau needs to be whatever. I don't know. There are other ways to do that, but yes. But if I'm taking a loan, that I need to be able to repay that loan from the project I'm applying the money to.
What I would
I'm
have
not
taken a loan to
Hey.
do was put that pier out in Roseau there, so we can get at least 2 cruise ships.
money.
I'm bringing
And
money,
with that money, then I'm doing this.
doing the investment to fix Roseau streets.
Yeah, because if I just fix Roseau streets, that's what a lot of people are not seeing. And they'll say, well, we built houses. Are the houses making money?
No.
When we fix roads, well, kind of back, along the way, with transportation and da. Yes, in a way you're making money, but like you gotta. What are you putting down that's going to make its own money? Yeah. And if you're putting down 5 of them that's supposed to be making their own money at the same time, all I myself seeing is money spending, and I don't know when we're going to be making money.
So someone left a
Confusing.
comment. That describes the head of the snake, lack vision. The people will perish. The idea of breaking ground continuously is a mere political grandstanding, and we need the maturity of our leaders to see what's happening. Some may see this as a smokescreen to confuse your ability to trace the money, and I think so too. It's a blind.
I'm honestly saying, from a business standpoint, if I'm taking a loan, that loan is got to be for something that's going to make money enough to repay the loan and to keep making money.
Keep making money.
If not, that was a waste of time. If it's not, that loan is a burden on me.
On the contrary, yeah.
Yeah,
And
because I
then
have to find a way to repay it. Where am I going to find the way to repay it?
Then now you have a 5-year grace period on the loan.
But how 5 years going fast for?
No, it going fast, yes. But let's say the next election cycle somebody else wins. That's no.
They inherit that.
Is responsibility.
That's right. They inherit it. Yeah.
So those are the things we have to sit back and really consider and think.
Yeah. Like adults, take responsibility for our reality.
Because if a next party go in power there right now, Dominic can finish. Not to even say finish, in a bad way, but the amount of debt you're already having, the amount of loans that is out there.
Fire out there.
The anxiety, the stress, the kind of mental capacity you have to go in there, and a young man might go in there and come out gray. He might come back out old.
So that's why whoever gets elected has to be somebody who knows how to do that.
To take on that level of stress, that level of anxiety.
And who knows how to do it. They've done it with other countries. They've done it with other organizations.
Experience. So we're back to experience.
Yeah. That's why.
Hey.
Look, experience, let me tell you, experience takes you so far because even if you don't have the direct answer, you're going to have dealt with something similar and you can draw upon that, to help you
Yeah.
solve new problem. Yeah. Yeah, boss. Yeah. I don't like to
Hey.
do things by guess
Hey.
and by smiles. I love smiles, but everything has its place.
Every time, yeah.
What did that one say in January? It was zero right before what?
Here it comes now. So they say Kiwana was a distraction in the prison.
What had happened? I had remembered there was something. Did a prisoner say something
Yeah.
nice, something out of the way? Okay.
Yeah. Well, I guess he like to see us, so prison, there
So
doesn't see
that
woman up there.
that
So he was a distraction.
eh,
So
whose time coming?
let me hear this one there. Oh, let me ask you something.
Right.
Do Wasco and Domlek situation in the increase in these bills, especially in the Wasco's scenario, and then
Mm.
our current situation with Domlek where they outages and whatever, and they don't have generator to produce the amount of energy that is needed. How do you think? What's your opinion on
Um. Um. What's sweet in goat mouth? So any bam bam. Um. Well. Didn't the government essentially overtake these companies?
Yes. Well, especially Domlek for sure. They're majority shareholder in Domlek,
Right.
59%.
So I mean, again, even if I'm good in one area and I don't know much about this area and I want to take over that area is going to suffer if I'm telling that area how to do what it's doing. If I don't really know what I'm doing, yeah, I don't know what
Mhm.
I don't know. So
True.
if I want to inject myself into what I don't really know because I want the money or I think certain people only should be there or whatever, we're gonna have some serious problems. So, like that's what I mean when I said what's sweet in goat mouth, sour in a bam bam.
Hmm. Hmm.
So we just have to deal with the consequences of our choices. We keep saying yes to that as a people. We're not taking responsibility for our lives. And we're not holding people accountable for the decisions we are saying they're making on our behalf. So really we
So,
have to suffer. We have to take it.
so a comment came in. A government main responsibilities are to protect its citizens,
Mm,
enforce laws, provide essential services like healthcare, education, manage the economy, support vulnerable groups, protect
mm.
human rights, address environmental issues, handle international relations, and ensure transparency and accountability. These duties help maintain a stable, fair, and prosperous society.
Yeah, but we're talking about um an organization that has not done a good job of that.
Mhm.
They've not done a good job of that. They've done a good job of things they've decided to do, like building homes.
Mhm.
They decided that. Dominicans did not ask. I don't remember Dominicans saying we want a housing revolution, build our homes for us. I do not recall that.
I think that's a means of control.
And they came up with that on their own. Yeah. I don't recall us asking for that stuff. So I don't recall us asking for a situation like the Red Clinic.
No.
I don't remember us asking and saying, well, we want our governments to you know, we
Give
want
us
to be able to
money
come
every
and
week when we need it.
I don't remember us asking for that. Yeah. So instead of doing government like regular people do government, we came up with a new kind of style of government in Dominica. But it's not working well. It's not working well if we're in that kind of state where many Dominicans are saying we're on the brink of being Haiti. So we have to take accountability though, because we allowed it. We
Mm-hmm.
walked up those steps for money. We said, yes, it's okay. We're going to come beg our Paul reps for money.
Mm-hmm.
We said, I want more than my neighbor. And if my
Without a
neighbor
cup
doesn't
of sugar,
afford,
is my power
exactly,
part to go to.
exactly. We said, I will hit my neighbor if they don't like my Paul rep. And I will go bring complaints to my whomever, right? If people don't support my Paul rep. We said yes to that. So we
Mm-hmm.
have to now take accountability for the results of that. The sooner we do it, the better. Because then we can say yes and
That,
vote
that,
people who know how to create
yeah,
an
man.
economy. We can make our own money. We can build our own homes.
Own
Buy
our
our
own house.
yeah, yeah. Buy our
We-
land and keep our land and get paid for our land if the government has to use our land. You know,
Back in the
yeah,
day, I know Wesley was a farming community.
for
Wesley was
sure,
a farming community.
for sure.
And today, he don't have maybe 10 farmers in Wesley.
That's terrible. That's terrible because the way the people have learned how to make their money and take care of their families. What does that mean for people in 5 years? What does that really mean? And within for the next 5 years, however long the airport is going to be built, what will people do within that time? What are they supposed to do within that time? They have lost their land, which is their vehicle, to farm,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of them. So what are they going to do?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them don't even have the money from their land yet to say
To,
they
and
can to
to start
to
over.
invest. Yes. So what are they to do? So we've just put a lot of people under a lot of stress. Yeah. So while some of us are saying, well, price of progress, that's the price of progress. Well, it's easy for us to say that if we're not the ones who haven't gotten paid yet for our land and we have
Ex-
no money. Who's paying the
okay.
price? Are we all paying the price equally?
No.
No.
Is some of us are paying the price. Some of us is you ever hear the song Who Feels It Knows?
That's who knows it. And we've
Yeah.
become so hardened and so, or if it's not happening to us, we don't care.
You don't
We
care.
get in one ear, out the other. Oh, you mean what, Richie? You haven't gotten your money yet for your land? Oh, alas. And we turn and walk away as if we're fine. Everybody's fine.
Mm-hmm.
We will pay for that. Yeah, the whole group has got to pay for that because that's really ugly.
Your neighbor's plight should be your plight as well.
Absolutely. And our neighbor's plight used to be our plight because we believed in Nati well, we believed in Kudme, we believe in helping each other out.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got to reset ourselves back to that identity of ours and release this business about if I can walk up the steps and get some money, forget about you. I will do whatever it is I have to do.
We continue to
That's
see
not
the
working.
effects of ongoing mismanagement of our country. Abuse
Ongoing.
of funds, having funds offshore, losing all our industries and organic sources of income. Have we not seen enough? The
Have
question
we
now,
not seen?
the question now becomes how much longer? How is it to demand a change and even go beyond that, make change happen?
The people have to decide that. They have to decide how they're going to deal with the problem. Because it is a problem.
It's a
And the
problem.
problem is not going to go away because you have the same mindset in place running the affairs. And it's not going to change.
Mhm.
No, that's not going to change.
No accountability,
No accountability.
nobody there to check for checks and balances, to cross the T's and dot the I's to make sure this shit makes sense.
Mm-mm.
Nobody's there for that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
look, I see we're getting close on 2 hours.
Yes, sir. Yeah. We talk a lot.
Yes, so I want to close the conversation on that topic there. that has been an ongoing battle for the past month. It broke out right here on Cardo's Media, where we had a discussion with a young lady concerning her monies being lost, and she's telling me that a lot of people have taken that hit on from said individual. A lot of people. Every day, somebody in her inbox or calling her, telling her what's going on there, you know? And I believe that, again, accountability. People, let us hold each other accountable. The situation right there is a ticklish situation, because it's like somebody takes your hard-earned cash and not do what they were supposed to do for you. Everybody don't have it like that. You know? So we have to look at one another in our communities as well too, because it brought to light that a lot of people are being bamboozled by different individuals all over. They're not necessarily one individual, you know, but a lot of people are being bamboozled. So protect your interests. What you got to say on that, Doc?
Oh my God. You know what the word you use is ticklish, eh? Because, I guess you can see how, again, as a business person, you want to use the skill set of people who are better at a particular task than you. It's a good thing. I think it's a wise choice to do that. Yeah. But it's also in the accountability piece is also important, right? Responsibility and accountability. So we have to maybe do a better job at writing better contracts. And I say writing versus verbal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Writing better agreements. Like, I know we love our people and we know our people, and we're used to doing our business at home in a more informal way. But like, even when relatives die, you see that if there's not a written will that's been notarized and sealed and it's got whatever, it can cause a lot of rifts and misunderstandings, and people are not clear on what we're doing, how we're doing it, and if it doesn't work out, what is our recourse? Do we go to a mediator? Do we go to an attorney for somebody else to help us resolve this? So I would say, as an adult, you can do whatever you want, right? As an adult, you can do whatever you want, but if whatever you do is not legal, whatever it is, then use a legal channel to solve the problem. If it's unethical,
to be some kind of safety. Some kind of safety.
Always, you need to also have your exit plan. So if I'm the one in business and I'm taking a risk that I don't really know yet, you also have in the back of your head your exit plan, as in, what if this does not work? What am I going to do in case this doesn't work? So sometimes you might even say, okay, I'm investing this because I'm willing to lose that if nothing comes of it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm of that same notion too. Sometimes I say, if I give somebody money, it's because I know I can stand to lose that money.
Yeah. If I do it without an agreement, I know
I had the possibility of losing, so I giving it to you because I'm even thinking about it.
Right. So maybe some lessons, I guess we could say in that, and reminders to me myself, is to formalize our agreements. Like, make proper agreements. Go on Google and do a quick contract. When we're going to do business with people, do a quick contract. You get some signatures on there, right? A promissory note, whatever it is we got to do. So at least we have something to fall back on. Because it's hard to control who a person is. There's no way you can read, well, what is this person going to do? How they're going to do it? Yeah. So you have to almost plan for the worst case scenario.
Okay.
It's sad, but it's real. Plan for the worst case scenario because sometimes the worst case scenario does happen.
Does happen, yeah. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Doc, we did it 2 hours,
Yes,
and I
sir.
don't want to take up more of your time,
No problem. Thank you. I enjoyed our conversation, man. I enjoyed our conversation.
Yeah,
It,
man.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was stimulating, interesting, and I want to encourage you to keep doing what you're doing. Yeah, I think what you're doing is fresh and, like I said, interesting, funny. You got a great sense of humor about yourself. Yeah. Tell them people to pay you if you got to hire attorneys again to
Those things, we deal with already, but it's just the time, I guess.
time,
Yeah,
time.
just the
Yeah.
time. They
Yeah.
don't have no money, so they can't.
Well, they
They,
have money because they can buy vehicles for almost $200,000 cash. And I don't know if we make that money on the, on the
on
month
the passport sales or
on the month.
something.
I don't know if we're making that kind of money on the monthly. You understand? To go for, I don't know. Maybe, well, that's a magical
A
monthly.
magical. And then people come back and pretending like they didn't know that money was being spent and this and
Please.
like, come on now, let's make this
Yeah,
thing make sense, man. You know every move that taking place all way, but you don't know when $200,000 coming from. I mean,
please.
we
That
we,
means
we
that. What does that mean? If I don't know where 200 spent, either way, it doesn't look good because that
no, it
means I
doesn't look it doesn't
spent
look good.
without accountability. What I said. Either that or I have it like that.
Yeah,
Because
man.
for 200 to just go like that and I don't even know, is either I'm not paying attention or I have it like that I don't care.
Mhm.
Ah,
Our
God,
country has no exit plans right now. All hands on deck. LOL. Boats burning. We need God
we need
more
God
than
now ever. I would say this. I would say that I am encouraged by the sense that I see of unity between the opposing organizations, where they're at least in the face trying to aggregate their resources. We think, you and me, that they need to do a better job with their PR and their marketing
ever.
on a practical level. This is unavoidable. You got to do it. Yes, but we do have Dominicans who are skilled and capable and able to rescue Dominica from the position where it's at. I think life gives every place its resources and its people who
Hmm.
can pull it, who can rescue it. That's our job. We have to take responsibility for our country, and we have to hold each other accountable when we're going like this. We have to bring all people back on board. Yes, yes, yes. Or else we might as well just surrender and say we are a failure.
Yeah, we finished.
You finish,
So
but
my, my next
we're
topic,
not a failure.
our next topic I think I'm gonna do is
Yeah,
Dominica failed state.
it's a good question, and you can. That's a good question. It's.
Is
I don't think it's a failed. I don't think it's beyond repair. I think it's in terrible condition, and with the current plans that we're seeing being implemented, is not going to get better. Because even with these four big projects we have here right now, who can say when they're going to be finished for people to get employment? When? 4 more years of this daily living struggle? 5 more for the people who cannot stand to be there now? Five
Mhm.
more years they have to wait? Come on now.
Yeah, we as a people have to start to make it make sense.
That's it.
Make it make
That's
sense.
Mhm.
Hold ourselves accountable. Hold
Exactly.
ourselves accountable.
Exactly. We don't get to bury our heads in the sand and to say, "Oh, what you talking about, Hush? People will not like you if you say da 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 da." We don't get to do that. We don't get to pretend as if the problem does not exist, because I, for one, will be talking about the fact that the problem does exist, even if
True.
I might not call anybody names, but I will keep saying it. So if you're hearing me, you cannot say you did not hear it, you did
Yes.
not know it.
Yeah.
Yes, we will all look at the problem in the face and see I am part of the problem because I'm a citizen, even if I'm in Germany. You understand?
Mhm.
So what can I do? What can I do? If what I can do from Germany is to raise awareness, that's what I'm going to do. You might not like how I'm doing it, but I'm fulfilling my call of duty.
Yeah, my job. I'm doing my job.
That's it.
I
And
am
you do
bringing the
what you can
awareness to the
do.
people.
Yeah, you do what you can do. Let's all do what we can do to pull Dominica up out of the mess. It is in a mess. Why are we pretending it's not in a mess? Us saying it's not in a mess doesn't make it not be in a mess. It is in a mess. See the problem, get the solution. That's it.
See the problem and fix the damn
Fix it
problem.
and do it now.
So, Doc, give us your closing remarks, and then we will I'll wrap up from here. You know.
My closing remarks is we are worthy of success. We are worthy of having our land and being able to do what we want with our land, our homes, and being able to do what we want with our homes. We are worthy of the money that Dominica generates being spread across every Dominican. We are worthy of these passports that are being sold against many of our wishes. We are worthy of the money that's made from these passport sales being used for all of us because all of us are surrendering our birthright. All of us. Therefore, some of us cannot be the only ones benefiting from this money. We are worthy of putting in the time and effort to understand how to make this economy do better for us to all succeed in the place. We're worthy of it. We deserve it. We want it. We're ready for it. And that takes all of us being responsible and not avoiding the problem. You understand? And
So
holding ourselves accountable and the people we put in place to mind our business accountable.
accountable.
That's it.
So, first and foremost, Happy New Year's to all those who tuned in today. It's the 5th day of January 2025. I'm going to wish you guys a prosperous and fruitful new year. A prosperous and fruitful new year so that, and a year where we take accountability, put perspective on things, and want better for ourselves because we need better. We need to demand better. We need more accountability, more transparency from our leaders, the people who we put in charge. Because all of us can't go to Taiwan to make a contract. All of us can't come to America to talk to Bush or to talk to whoever. We gave people a job. We gave them their job description. We tell them what they need to do for us as a people to develop our nation, to provide basic necessities for us to be able to survive, healthcare, education, whatever else it may be. Let us hold these people accountable because why we gave them that job. And if we find they're not doing that job to the best of their ability, look for somebody else. It doesn't stop at one place. It's not my mother house, it's not your father house, it's not your father business, it's not your mother business. It's our business as Dominicans because why we are Dominicans. So my people, we are Dominicans. If you want better for your country, I want you to demand better for your country. Demand better for yourself. You wouldn't want to see your house wash away. You will try to protect it to the best of your ability. Dominica is your home. Dominica is your house. Protect your house. Protect your nation. Protect your people. All of us don't live in Dominica, but those who do, those who have families who live in Dominica, let us protect them as well. Be that voice. Become a voice. Become a defender for your country, for your home, for your birthright. I love my country till the day I die. And we need to stop have leaders make excuses about, oh, this did that when this was how many years ago, and we're in 2025.
That's right.
We're in 2025. If we had to keep going back on excuses that happened 20, 37 years ago, 8 years ago, we're not going nowhere. We're not going to go anywhere. Demand better from your leaders. Demand better for your country. Demand better for yourself. I love my country. I will die fighting for my country to see something happen for the betterment of my people and for the betterment of my nation. I would like to thank you guys. Oh, Dr. Trippy, Keep on going the good work, you know. I just be watching your lives, you know. I always there and there, too, you know. So keep on doing the good work. I love the vibes. We have to do this another time whenever you get a chance to again. And come into the studio. The studio is there, yo. The studio is there. You know. I want us to be able to collab. I want anybody who wants to join me on a live or whatever, just reach out, man. I'm always here. You know. Look, someone left a comment before we even get off. The Wesley Government School was built by a Calabishi man working with Dominicans. It is still standing and looking good even after Maria. State College was built by foreigners badly damaged during Maria. School in Calabishi is being built by foreigners. Are we moving backwards? That's the question. I don't think we're moving backwards. I think our administrators don't think that we are capable as a people to do the work. Our administrators, notice what I said, administrators, the people we give power to, our administrators don't think that we are capable enough to do the work. So it's not about moving backwards. It's about us choosing administrators that would put the people of Dominica first. To work. It's Dominica first and everybody else second in.
To work.
You know, so I'd like to thank you guys. Dr. Tripp, you just stay in the background. I'm going to just sign off real quick.
Yes, sir.
Well, this is Cardo's Media, and yeah, don't blame the messenger. Yeah.
Yo, you don't know. This is Trilogy, straight out of Dominica, and you're tuned in to Cardo's Media. Don't blame the messenger. Boom.